one biggest outlying thing?
Well, I think that you answer the question in the question itself, which is the collective. I think that when you think about what ECLI has put together, let's just, put the students to the side for a second and just think of the staff. The staff is made up of all of the most significant, currently competitively successful college debaters, graduate assistants, and me, of course, at the doctoral level. We have gotten together to sort of build this institute around the practice that already exists in college debate, which is African Americans and Latinos who do this kind of argument style in debate. They coalesce together. They talk about arguments together. They research together. They suggest research for one another, building a collective or a brain trust in many ways by which we can produce creative argument and new thoughts. And because we communicate that way to build a community within the college debate community which produces new knowledge, new alternative debate practices, what we're doing in many ways is attempting to encourage that same thing by the building of ECLI. Because otherwise these students are at different debate camps around the country, different urban debate leagues where they never shall meet for any amount of time to get to really work together. And so what ECLI offers is the high school version of what we're already doing at the college level. It's the ability to produce a collective where these students can work together. They come together to think through arguments. They suggest new reading to one another. They suggest new authors. Have you read this Huey autobiography? No, but I read the Asada one. Have you read that? Oh, well, I did read, Wilderson's Red, Black, and White, but you didn't read that. You read Hartman's Scenes of Subjection. Let's talk about what each of them were saying and see how they cross. That kind of building of a collective, I think, is really necessary for high school debate. But more importantly, what they're doing is building a collective for the future. Because what we've clearly seen is that African Americans in particular who engage in debate practice, they build relationships with other African Americans, and as they go out into wherever they're going to go, law school and become lawyers, or PhDs like me, or activists in communities, we have built up a network of powerful individuals, and what we're producing with the students is that same network. These are the same people that they're going to know 10, 15, 20 years from now. Some of them are going to go to graduate school together. Some of them are going to go to law school together. Some of them are going to build nonprofits together, very similar to leaders of a Beautiful Struggle. So what we have done is to bring them together from various parts of the country so that they can talk about the ways in which their everyday experiences as young Black youth is reproduced in these various cities. So what they're realizing is this is not a my neighborhood problem or my city problem or my state problem or even my country problem, right? They're recognizing that this problem is so much larger than themselves, and the understanding that it's larger than themselves has given them the ability to look for the theoretical and methodological tools to do real damage to white supremacy and classism and imperialism and colonialism rather than just being able to talk about it. So we built a collective. They're going to work together for the rest of their lives. They're going to be able to draw on a support network of each other for things that they're going to do in the future. A most immediate consequence, though, is that now they don't have to feel alone. There are others like them who are making this argument around the country. When they have those bad debates, when someone says that's not real debate or that's not traditional debate and that should be excluded from our activity and what you're doing is anti-intellectual and we shouldn't be just talking about Black people, they have a whole collective that they can come back to rebuild themselves, to replenish their spirit, to give them the strength to go back out and try to make these same arguments to a majority group of people who don't understand racism or don't understand Blackness, have no knowledge of Black history or Black culture or Black politics. That's not easy work to do. And so in order for them to do that work, they have to have each other to provide that strength, that network of strength, so that they don't feel alone. I think that's probably the most critically important part of what we're accomplishing here, is that we're building a collective.